Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Steven Asplund, who will be fighting on LFA 186 against Denzel Freeman. Hello, Steven. How are you?
How you doing, brother? I'm well. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. Steven, you will be fighting against, I think, that quite solid heavyweight in just about two weeks. So, if you can tell me how your camp is going for now, and how do you feel before this bout?
Camp has been super good. I've been working really hard on a couple of things that I felt like I needed to work on from the last fight. I have an amazing team in regards to training partners and coaches. I feel amazing. I'm probably the most fit I've ever been, especially with this being the biggest opportunity, biggest fight so far. I feel like every fight from here on out is going to be the biggest fight of my life. But I'm feeling good, brother. Ready to go to war.
And actually you fought against quite especially like on the beginning of your career against really good fighters, because the Larry Gonzales was a very good fighter, the Billy Ray Valdez too. So you are fighting against another like very good prospects in the beginning of your career.
Yeah, I'm a yes man. I just want to fight. I don't care who it is, as long as I'm being compensated and I get to fight in front of the world. I don't give a shit. So let me go to war in front of my people and try to bring some bloodshed.
And probably you have like many fans like from the your last fight against Larry Gonzales, because it was absolutely great fight.
Thank you,
Like
brother.
it was a 15-minute war, because sometimes there with the heavyweights there is like the thing that the first round is good, but later on it's a little bit like the fighters are like more tired, and the fight actually ended in the first round. But here it was a like very good pace for all of 15 minutes, and battle of really good prospects. So I think that
Thank
you
you.
get a lot of fans because of it.
I appreciate that, man. It means the world. It's weird to think that I have any fans at all. Just because I've only been doing this for 3 years, not even. In August it'll be 3 years. And it's a dream. I used to be 500 plus pounds, and just to have anybody that wants to see me fight or show me love, send me prayers, anything like that, it means the world to me. So this has been a very surreal experience.
And what was the reason behind, like maybe not a reason, but like main motivator for you to lose the weight? Because you said that you were like let's say super heavyweight, and you
Yeah.
decided to lose a lot of weight.
I weighed as much as me and my last opponent together at one point. It was I was 18 years old. I went through a pretty tough heartbreak, and I started smoking weed that same year, marijuana, and I would get anxiety attacks, and I would get in my head a lot. And I'd go look in the mirror, and it was tough to see what I saw in the mirror. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate and it's kind of sad, but the truth is, it was just a lot of self hatred and wanting to be better, wanting to be different.
So probably right now, when you are thinking about the process that you made from like few years ago up to now, that you never lost as the amateur, as the pro, and of course you are like much healthier guy that you were
Yeah.
before, it's probably like really cool like feeling for you to see the process.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. When I look in the mirror, I think I'm fat. I look in the mirror a lot. I still think I'm fat. I still hate what I see. Whatever. I sound like a crybaby, but it's just I think that's been a main motivator for me, and that's gonna be something that continues my drive and continues to push me further. I'm very hard on myself, win or lose. I'm not happy with any performances unless I'm getting a very decisive knockout, or it has to be one-sided. But that being said, I know I'm going against talented guys, so anybody that I fight, I know they're not going to be cans. I haven't fought any cans yet, and I don't plan on it. I want everybody to understand I deserve to be here. I earned my place here, and you guys gotta fucking kill me to get me out of there.
Definitely, you seems right now to be unstoppable because of your like amateur fights. The right now the pro fights, it's like really cool to see your progress as the MMA fighter. And were you like convinced that your cardio will look as good as it looked in your last fight?
I mean, you always want to think that you have good cardio. I know I work my ass off every camp, and I work with some very good heavyweights that have ridiculous cardio. Thomas Peterson is my big brother. He's in the UFC right now, and he has the best cardio I've seen out of anybody on this planet. And that goes down to, flyweights all the way up to heavyweights. I've never seen somebody with this fucker's cardio. Um, Excuse me. So I believe working with these guys has been rubbing off on me, but you never know until you're in there and until you experience it. I got to prove to everybody and myself that, I can be here and I can show up. I can get big boys off of me when I'm dead fucking tired in the third round. And I'm like I said, I want shows. I want people to want to tune in to Steven Concrete Asplund's fights. And them last 10 seconds that me and Larry had, we both were dead tired and he was holding on to me. I wanted to break away. I broke away to throw those punches and to get that last 10, we're modern day gladiators. So I want to entertain our fans. I want to entertain these people and I want Dana White to come knocking. So I got to fight like there's not going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to lay my mind, body, and soul on the line to try to get what I need to out of this.
But probably in your next fight you will be looking for the knockout, right? Not the 15-minute war.
Every fight, baby, every fight. But if a war is there, I'm there. I'm never going to back away. Um, that's the thing is if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out on my shield. I'm not going to shy away from adversity. I have a fiery spirit, man. This fighting stuff, it's difficult, but we sign up for this. We choose to do this. Nobody signs us up and tells us you have to do this. There's no gun to my head. And this is a step down from my daily life. I've been through a lot harder things. I've experienced a lot more tumultuous and scary situations. So, I love this life. I love this sport, and I love what this has brought me so far.
Did you have any chance to watch any of Freeman fights?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've watched all of his fights, at least all the ones I could find, probably 3-4 times over. Um, I'm impressed with his striking, especially because he has the wrestling credentials that he does. Not too many wrestlers have the explosive movements like that and look the way he does. So I know he's going to come out, ready to fight. I'm not going to shoot. We know my fight style. So, if he wants to stand and bang, let's stand and bang. Let's put on a show for the people. Let's get another fight of the night. If not, if you take me down, I will be getting back up, but I don't think he's going to have an easy time getting me down. Like I said, I work with some of the best wrestlers in the country: Thomas Peterson, Isaiah Gomez, Guzzi Hines, Gable Stevenson every now and again. And, you know, like I'm just ready. I'm ready. I'm ready to show all the skills that I've been working on.
And of course, he's another like very tough and very skilled opponent. And after this fight, do you think that you may get a title shot in the LFA?
Shit, if they want to present it, I will. I know the champ's a big scary Brazilian motherfucker. But I'm game, man. I like a hard fight. Like you said, none of my opponents have been easy. All my opponents have had more experience than me. We're talking 7-7 for my debut, 2-0 for my second fight, 5-1-1 for my last fight, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0. I don't care how much experience people have. I'm fighting for a lot, and it's not just for me, it's for everybody in my city and all my people that have not had a chance to put their their life story on broadcast. Now I get a platform to show people just what you can do and overcome when you believe in yourself. And I have a lot of people that believe in me in Minneapolis and Minnesota. I'm just grateful that I have the love that I do. So it's time to go make these guys proud and go try to fight like there's no tomorrow, eh?
definitely many people will look up to you because you can be like considered as a great motivator because you of course had this kind of crazy story. So I think that it can like even inspire like younger people with some problems.
Yeah, and that's something that I never thought that I would do. I'm a big goofy fat kid, you know. I'm 25 years old. I'm a stoner. I work hard for what I have. But just the fact that anybody looks at me as a inspiration or motivation, it means the world. If there's anything I could, put forth into this world is believe in yourself and take that step because everybody would rather see you thrive and see you sulk and cry. We don't forget to spread love. That's all I want to do, man, is spread love. This world is scary. Life is hard. And a lot of people have life a lot harder than what we do. I'm blessed to be where I am. I woke up this morning, so I'm thanking God every day. And I think that the world needs a little bit more love in it. So that's all I want to do is inspire people to spread love and believe in themselves.
And when did you thought about becoming a MMA fighter? Because I guess that few years ago when you were like much heavier, it probably wasn't your like main idea for life.
Yeah, I mean, football was the end all be all. American football. I was a pretty good defensive tackle at Edina High School when I was there. I got a couple of good looks from colleges, and then they saw my transcript, realized that I wasn't going to graduate, so I got all those scholarships taken away. Um, I dropped out with one credit left to finish high school. I gained about an extra 120 something pounds. I got all the way up to 525 plus pounds. And then I got real depressed, started working out. In 2020, I got down to 285 pounds, and then COVID hit. I ballooned back up to 360. And then 2021, I stepped in my first gym, sparred. I got my tooth chipped by a guy 15 years older than me. And I came back for more the rest of the week. And by the end of the week, the coach asked me if I wanted to take my first fight. That was 3 weeks away. I said yes. I knocked that guy out in a minute and a half, and here we are.
And they like were you inspired by your father work?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
your father is of course like very experienced MMA fighter. He fought against very good heavyweights in like all over the world. So did you look up to him as the like role model as far as the MMA?
I'm sorry. I lost you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, yes. So about your father, did you consider him as and look up to him as the like role model as far as the MMA goes?
Absolutely. My father's my hero. And to be able to see what he did in the time that he did, man, it was pretty amazing. My father, I've stepped in every single one of his footsteps almost to a T. I do residential concrete, flat work and foundations for houses. I'm fighting, trying to be like him. And I wanted him to train me, actually. I begged him to train me, and he wouldn't just because he wanted me to actually get the adequate training. And he just wanted me to be a complete fighter. And he was very forthright with that. And he's been my biggest supporter. He's my biggest fan. And it's pretty amazing being able to live this dream with him.
But probably because of his experience he like knows a lot of or even everything like in and outs of the sport like many tricks or like the strategies, and probably he can be like really helpful.
Yeah, he definitely gives me insight, and we watch a lot of my opponent's fights together. We study together, and he points out stuff that I don't always see. And I'm grateful, man. It's one thing to have my father be so supportive, but it's another thing to be second generation and to be, I mean, knock on wood. I'm only 3 fights in, but I've been pretty successful so far. And win or lose in 2 weeks, this is a successful career so far for me. I'm getting eyes and a platform, and my father is, yeah. I need to start bringing him on these podcasts because he likes hearing this stuff. But yeah, he's definitely a big, insightful set of eyes and motivator for me.
And watching your fights, it seems that you are a very good striker with good power, and also like combinations, volume of
Thank you.
punches. But as far as as your grappling, how do you feel about your grappling, your wrestling, maybe like fighting from the back?
Oh, I don't know what the hell going on. I don't know what's going on with my connection, but in regards to my grappling, I feel I'm confident. You know, I haven't had an opportunity to show everybody just because I like punching people in the face. You know, I if I can have a more fun, entertaining fight for the fans, why not? And that's just my thought process. I'm definitely a striker first, but I got some wrestling in my back pocket. I'm comfortable with grappling. I mean, I have submissions off of my back. I've trained out of McCune's martial arts as well. That's direct lineage of Hegan Machado. And being in the room with Chris McCune, Derek Getzel, Roland Larson, and all these other black belts, it's just, it's a lot of knowledge in this room, and they've given me a very good base. So I'm more than comfortable wherever this fight is.
So maybe it will be perfect time for like triangle choke when.
Yeah, yeah, I've been working on them, so we'll see. I'm a big long guy. You know, I like the darce a lot. I get a lot of darces and anacondas. Um, but yeah, I try to throw triangles up on Tommy's big ass, but it never works. He's so good at fucking walking around.
And like thinking about your career let's say next 3 years, do you see yourself in the UFC in 2027?
As long as I keep winning, yes, sir. I don't see why not. Right now I'm confident in my hands at the very least. You know, I think that right now I'd be able to put myself excuse me, put myself up against at least 3, 4 guys outside of the top 15. Um, and that's matchups make fights. So I'm just gonna say yes to whoever they present me with, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to get these guys out of there in an emphatic fashion, and hopefully the UFC, Bellator, PFL, somebody comes knocking.
I think that probably from LFA it's like quite close to when you are fighting in LFA, it's close to it's a promotion close to the UFC. So maybe with few additional wins in
Yeah.
maybe 1 or 2 years you will get a UFC contract.
Fingers crossed, brother. I'm gonna do whatever I can, man. I want to. I try. My favorite fighter is Max Holloway. I want to be like him in regards to volume and stuff, but I want to put on exciting fights like Gaethje. You know, I want people to remember me for my fights, and I want people to remember that I was down for a war no matter what.
The Max Holloway is probably the most loved MMA fighter because of his style. He's like never back down from any challenges, and he fought against anyone actually. So he's the kind of the person that everybody at least like.
Yeah, I wants to be like, loves to watch. I mean, him and Gaethje are fighters. You know, guys that are willing to fight whoever, whenever, and that's why I love this game so much. My father was like that too. He never looked at the name on the contract. He just said yes, and I think that's why Mark. Mark Beery and Ed Soros like me, because whoever they throw my way, I don't care. Just send me a contract and give me a check. So I'm just ready to go out there and do whatever I have to get my hand raised and show everybody that I'm here to stay and I deserve to be here.
And then in the let's say theory, could you make a like heavyweight limit in let's say 2 weeks if the short notice opportunity would appear?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I walk around at 250, and I'm training constantly. I don't take more than a week off after the fights. I get right back to training, especially with the teammates that I have. All these guys are busy, so I like to be there for them as they are for me. So, whenever. And that's why I said, Uncle Dana, keep your eyes on me, man. I'll no matter what, I'm coming to fight, whether it's short notice or 6 months. Bigger contracts mean I get more time to put into this camp. I'm getting, I'm finally in a place where I'm happy with getting some compensation, and I'm ready to go fight like it. This is prize fighting, so it's time to go show everybody I'm the prize, or try to be. I sound like a dickhead. That's not who I am.
Yes, but even the LFA like promoted your fight. I mean, after the fight, there were a lot of videos from the fight with Larry Gonzales, and I believe on Instagram, on YouTube. So I think your style definitely can give you additional push, and people will know your name because of it.
I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, and that's something that I've just wanted to put forth is like my home gym, McCune's Martial Arts, is a jujitsu gym, and a lot of those guys are jujitsu guys. I'm a striker, and I was trained in jujitsu, and I have a good base. I got a couple of submissions at my amateur level, and I'm confident in every aspect of my game right now. And until I feel like I've been exposed in something that is a glaring issue, as of right now, I just want to keep running it up. Give me as often as I can, and I want to fight. So put these fuckers in front of me and let me try to knock their heads off.
And who do you think is the best heavyweight in the world right now? Because actually you can think few different fighters. There is a very specific situation right now.
Fuck, best heavyweight in the world right now is my brother Thomas Peterson, baby. Nah, in the UFC, I'd have to say it's John's he's the heavyweight champ right now, man. And he's got the greatest mind for fighting that we've ever seen besides Demetrius Johnson. And I feel like that's hard to take away from him. We seen him dismantle Serial Gone in a matter of what felt like seconds. He barely got touched. Tom Aspinall is the next generation of heavyweights. I feel like he's another guy that, like, if I get to the UFC, I'd love to fight him because I feel like he's another very fast heavyweight. Everyone expects him to be quick, but every person that has fought him says he's significantly faster than they expected. I feel like that's something that I bring to the table as well. I watch all these guys, I change yeah, no, Tom or John for sure. Sorry, that was a long, convoluted answer.
Yes, yes. There is of course the talks of John Jones fighting Stipe, and that there are a lot of problem with the fight. So I think that it would be great when John would fight Tom. Actually,
Oh my goodness. Fingers crossed, man. I mean, I want to see Stipe fight again too. I love Stipe. I'm a huge fan of him, especially being the like kind of man that he is. But it's just so long waiting on these guys to get a fucking contract. Like, oh my goodness. So
yes, definitely. It is cool when the champion is fighting twice a year. It's probably perfect because of course he also needs to rest and be with his family. But when the champion is defending his belt one time in few in two or 2.5 years, it's a kind of problematic.
yeah, I mean, and to be fair, the UFC has just started to get more fun heavyweights in. There's a lot more signs lately. So I think that this next push of the guys that have been signed recently is going to be a good one for the title contention and the contenders. But yeah, no, I think two fights, three fights a year, man. These guys, I don't know. I'm not in that position, but I feel like if I was, now I'm trying to make some money. I'm a company man. So I don't know. I like to fight. I just like keeping it going.
And what is your favorite moment from MMA, but as the fan when you watched fights? What is your favorite moment ever?
Oh my goodness, that's such a good question. I'm gonna give you three. The yeah, I know that was the first. My dad just said Max Holloway, Calvin Cater. That's easy. That's easy top three when he's fucking hitting Cater backing away like I'm the best boxer in the UFC. That is, oh God, that shit gives me chills thinking about. That I'd have to say Leon Edwards pulling out that fucking head kick with 5 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Like the speech that his coach gave him beforehand had me in tears. I'm an emotional kid. everyone's gonna get to know that anyway. So yeah, that speech had me in tears. And then fuck, I maybe even a third one. Fuck, Francis getting the title finally. I mean, his story, everything that he had to battle and overcame. I mean, fuck, being a a product of child labor your whole life, and then taking a chance on yourself, immigrating to a foreign country, not knowing what the next life is going to hold, and then sleeping in a gym, and ultimately becoming the UFC world champion. Like that is amazing. And then to go arguably beat Tyson Fury, like it just Francis's story is unbeatable. So it's Francis as a whole, just Max Holloway and fucking Leon.
There are a lot of great moments to pick from. So it can be like question that you can like answer in like 1 hour even.
Yeah, I know. I could have, we could have ran a whole list of probably 100 great moments, man, for sure. Michael Bisping winning against Luke Rockhold. Oh my gosh, what? Matt Serra beating GSP. What? That was the introduction to MMA for me. I was playing SmackDown versus Raw as a kid. My dad came in and he was like, "What are you playing?" I said, "Wrestling." He's like, "Get the fuck off that! You're gonna come watch some fights." I watched the fights and bet on the underdog, and all my dad's buddies hated me because they all had to give me $10. But that was that was like my first interaction. I fell in love with it since.
It was a great pick.
Oh my goodness, who are you telling? Little fat fucker running around with $50 in his pocket, ready to go blow a hole in Dollar General eating sweets.
And after you are when you are after your fight and you have a little bit more time for like ordinary life, what do you like to do when you have this free time?
I'm a video game nerd, brother. I spend a lot of free time playing video games, talking shit to kids on online. Um, I love spending time with my daughter. Just being a daddy, it's been probably the greatest blessing I've been bestowed upon me. Spending time with my family and my lady, just being able to enjoy the time with people that love me and care about me. Um, the older I get, the more I want, I want to create memories and spend. I'm more of a family man now than I ever anticipated I would be, and um, I'm just grateful that I get to experience this journey with all my family. So I try to spend time with them when I can.
These are like the best moments, like with very few people, but the closest to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, the first embrace after every fight is my parents. I run out after getting stitched up, and I find them, and I get a big hug, and I cry in their arms afterwards for a second. We get a selfie, and then we go have a couple beers and see the friends and family.
I have also two additional questions, but also outside of fighting. First of all, is if you can live in other country other than USA, what country would you like to pick and live in?
Oh my goodness, man! Because I'm a fighter, and I would love to stay in Thailand for a period of time. I think that would be so amazing. That's actually on my bucket list over the next couple of years. Plan on paying this bullshit off I have to, and going and staying in Thailand for a while. I'd say Thailand or Mexico. Mexico is just so beautiful. Everything you get to see out there, um, and the culture, and the views. It's just, I don't know, one of those two. I've never traveled outside of the country, so I'm going off of, videos and social media shit. But yeah,
So if your first like visit outside of US, it can be LFA title fighting in Brazil, and then as the UFC fighter, you can like go from the Dubai to Europe to Japan all over.
oh man, that's a dream, man. That's the dream I'm chasing, and I'm hoping to God that I can continue to work hard and make it a reality. Um, like I was saying, the more I'm getting paid, the more I get to put into these camps and take time off from work to actually do the adequate work for this. And I feel like nobody is going to be able to match what I'm putting into this. There's not many guys that match the intensity, every day, and that's why I'm grateful for my team. I think that the little basement gym that we have in Prior Lake, Minnesota is gonna be the next one up for these heavyweights. Keep an eye on all of us because we're coming up.
And the last question is, if you have an unlimited amount of money and you could create any business that you would like, so you are not thinking about earning money, but only about the aspect that doing something that you love, what kind of business would you like to create?
Oh my goodness. That's a really good question. It exposes a lot of shitty people, probably. No, honestly, I have no idea. I think that just helping kids that don't feel supported, I think that would be amazing. Just not, I don't want to say a fat camp, but just helping kids that don't have confidence and self-belief. Just anything that benefit kids. Being a father now, I have a drastically different outlook on life and what we're supposed to present for us and the next generation. And having a little girl really just makes me want to like I want to do whatever I can to make sure kids are on the right path. I don't know. It's life is getting crazier and crazier every year, so something like that, I guess. Retire my dad so he doesn't have to do fucking concrete anymore. Pay a bunch of other guys to do it. Make sure my mom and dad don't have to work.
Yes, these are really, really great goals. Stephen, many thanks for the conversation. I'm really looking forward to your fight because it will be another like clash of very good heavyweight prospects, and I hope that your journey at first in LFA and then in the UFC would like take like 1 or 2 years to get to the UFC.
I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the kind words and thank you for having me on. I'm always going to do whatever I can to make sure that I'm putting on an entertaining show and try to get as many eyes as we can. I do want to say shout out to my people real quick, my sponsors, Asplund and Sons Construction. I'm so grateful to my daddy for helping me support throughout this. Um, Pat Baxter's Masonry and Concrete, an amazing person, very punctual people, beautiful work. The painter guy, my uncle that does phenomenal paint jobs, interior, exterior, takes great pride in his work, very efficient, and, very personable. And then Heinz Heating and Air, uh, great HVAC service, also punctual, probably the sweetest guy on the banner. Uh, and then McKinley Restoration out in Chicago, Illinois. My brother Renee, thank you so much for helping me out and helping me continue this on. If there's any house damages or anything like that, hit my boy up. And shout out to my mama and daddy. My mom's birthday is tomorrow, June 11th. So grateful for that woman. Thank you to my daddy for being my hero and supporting me through everything. I couldn't do this without you. And shout out to my daughter. I love you, baby. This is all for you and us. And my lady for supporting me and treating me as well as you do. Thank you for supporting me. And my big brother, I love you. We're gonna make this shit happen no matter what. Win or lose, we're gonna make this shit happen. So thank you again for having me on, brother. I'm sorry for the little outburst, but I appreciate the platform and thank you for the time.